Alrighty. What's that? Open this. Send that. Wait a minute or two, make sure this is. Hey, John, you're fast. Is where in the feed. While that happens, let me just sand the back of this real quick. I'm gonna mute it. All right, there we go. So everything looks like it's feeding in the right places. So let's get to cutting. Blade from last night I just threw out, so we're not gonna attempt to cut with a used blade. Yeah, single. Should go quick. Single cuts are a lot faster to do than multi-layered. Shut this off. Is that better? John, just let me know if that doesn't stay in focus. Try and move the camera around. Hey, Steve, what's happening? Yeah, Steve, I didn't realize that actually notifies anybody. I thought it would just like sit there. But Yeah, I just didn't know it actually sent out a like notification. I thought once it went live, not once it's like, because like StreamYard lets you go into like their back end and like have everything set up. I just didn't know that it actually went to YouTube and created the I'll have to trying to get to a schedule that I can actually do it daily at a certain time, but everything with the kids is kind of hard. I'm gonna try for shooting for like 1 o'clock daily. It's my goal. Kind of gives me the morning to figure out what I'm doing or work on any other projects. Or I can do it later at night, but some people are sleeping, so yeah. I gotta get that sweet spot of I can't take the credit for that, John. It's Sue Mey's pattern. She has a whole list of proud, well, not just proud to bees, but whole list of patterns. Thousands, if not million, to tell you the truth. Pages upon pages upon pages. And I think I have about maybe 2 or 3 dozen different patterns of hers. I like them a lot because they're not too crazy in depth, detailed enough that it looks good. Another, if I'm going to go through all the pattern designers, I guess. Yeah, I guess I could. I like Sheila Landry for like signs. Some of the signs, like she has like the Lord's Prayer or verses of the Bible. I'm gonna have to top feed this because I never changed a bit again. So dealing with these small holes. But yeah, so she has, I go to her for those. And then of course Charles Deering. I do his a couple of Charles's patterns. And even though he doesn't promote it, Wes Balco does do patterns, not often, and mainly for commission, but he will every once in a while do a pattern for someone. Charles has tried to teach me how to do a pattern, but I just don't have time to play. Hey, Steve, it started to snow a little bit today over here. Not enough to really do anything, but cause havoc on the road. Slip. Oh, thanks, John. You know, I never thought I'd like doing this, to tell you the truth. A couple years ago, I have it on my Instagram. It's like one of the first posts I ever did. Is my 3 kids at the time. We did a Mother's Day. We traced their hands, and I don't know if they cut it or I cut it, but it was on a Benchtop brand, which is the old Kmart brand, scroll saw, which it was a pinned blade, and I think it was an Olson. I couldn't tell you exactly. I think that's the one it was. And oh my god, it like the worst thing. But you know, it was her kids' hands. So. But after that, I had talked to, I was on Hangouts and stuff with Charles and who else? I can't think. And I almost got a used DeWalt, but then that fell through. So then I found another used DeWalt online, and I went and I used a flat blade, and I did one of Charles's horsehead designs with a flat blade. And oh my god, it was hard. And I think that took me about 12 plus hours to do. And then I had to make another one, or another 2. And I did those in less than 6 hours with a spiral blade. So that's once I got a spiral blade, I'm hooked. I'm not going back to flat blades, but I do trade off every once in a while, flat and spiral. But majority of the time I cut inside. So John, where are you from? What state? Right now the snowstorm is covering quite a few states. Oh, Ontario. Yeah, getting a little bit of snow. So John, I hear you guys are getting the Duke and Duchess. Hi, McKenna. Hey, Car, she came in. Gonna watch you on mommy's computer. Computer. How'd she say? I said, okay. Oh, hi, Alexa. Good morning, Tracy. How are you this morning? No, I can't, McKenna, I can't hear you talking. You can hear me talking on the computer. Mommy has to type what you're saying so I can read it. All right. My 4-year-old. Okay, tell mommy to listen to the computer. Oh, hold on. She's a trip. Oh, yeah, Tracy. Yeah, these are, this saw, I love it. I got an exact amount, a couple hundred hours on it so far. And it's running just as well as it did when I took it out of the box. Can't really compare it to my DeWalt as far as right out of the box because I bought my DeWalt used and I had to do a little bit of cleanup on it. The family is great, Tracy. McKenna's doing great. Why doesn't the other one come through? Oh, I love you too, McKenna. Thank you, Alexa. Okay, when I'm done, McKenna, I'll come inside. Yeah, Tracy, we went for her second, I think it's her second 3-month scan. 3. Yeah, I think that's what we're up to. And everything's good. Mommy typed it, McKenna. Thank you, Mom. Oh, I know I am not seeing it. I'm in screens up on YouTube, not StreamYard. Hold on. Oh, I love you too, Alexa. Yeah, Tracy. So we do every 3 months for, I think it's 3 years, and then every 6 months for 2 years, and then she graduates after that, and she's in the Survivors Club and only goes once a day every year and gets all her checkup done, which is awesome. Yes, Steve, you are correct. And we all should strive for that for ourselves. Enough, Alexa. Thank you thank you very much, Tracy. If you have Instagram, Tracy, you can follow her on Instagram. We made her an account so that we do a weekly Monday picture when I remember and we're not crazy busy. And that we usually give an update or just give a positive, positive thoughts to everyone, and you get to see her smiling face. So if you follow her, she's the Marvelous McKenna on Instagram. You follow her, you'll see. Um, 5 or 6 inch. Hold on. I don't really know. I used the Pegas, and the Niqua, or people know it as the Flying Dutchman blades. I don't know what. Hold on, give me a second. I'll measure it. Got one over here somewhere. Where's my tape measure? It's over there. So this blade is 5 inches. I mean, you could use a 6 inches. You're just gonna have to make it higher. Let it go above and below the chuck head a little bit more. Anything bigger than 6 inches isn't going to work. I think they have. I think everybody comes 5 and 6. I think like the PS blades or PSI or I forget the brand. They're much longer, but their scroll saw is much thicker clearance. Hey, no problem. If anybody has any more questions, they can put it down in the chat, and I will try and answer it as soon as I'm in between cuts. All right, Tracy. Have a wonderful day. Great weekend. I was just sharing this real quick. And then I'll start cutting back in. That's good. So if anybody saw the butterfly I was cutting, it has been painted and glued together. And I just dropped it off at the person's house here across the street. I will be posting a picture of it as soon as I'm done with this. Have it up on Instagram and Facebook. And then as I finish these plaques, I will put a picture up on social media. Can I, if mommy's still watching, can you get me a glass of water, please? So Steve, have you moved into your office or what? FCC. What's FCC? Brian? Yeah, don't let the websites go down, Steve. That would be a bad thing. Brian, what does FCC mean? I'm at a loss. How do you fast forward? What, do you want to get to the end, Robert? I'd like to fast forward too sometimes. Robert, if you want to fast forward to the end, you're going to have to wait maybe an hour or two and come back and fast forward the video. But right now it's live. If anybody has a question, just put it in the comments and I'll answer it in between cuts. I bent the blade, so now the tip of it is and that's why I hate top feeding. Nope. I give up. See what happened is when I was putting it down, to the hole, I bent the tip. So when the clamp tries and grabs it, it's like grabbing it this way and it's going away from the, so we're going to use a different blade. And the thing with spiral blades is that if you run your finger down the blade, it's kind of smooth going one way and it's very rough the other way. So you can cut either side, but if you cut with the teeth this way, all the fuzzies that are on the back, or the sawdust, come up top, and then it messes you up from seeing your lines. So I have cut sometimes coming up, but 99.99% of the time, cut down. So we can do this without bending another blade. And like I did yesterday, I drilled all these holes with a micro drill bit set. So it's a little harder to feed up through the bottom because they're very, very tiny. I was going to change the bit, but I started everything to go live and then realized I never put the sorry, that's my 4-year-old that keeps coming in. But yeah, hockey stick. Yeah, you're right, Steve. But so I was cutting. What was I cutting the first day? Oh, the mayor's plaque, and I needed a real small hole, kind of like in the eye there. So I used the micro bits and just left it in the chuck. So when I just ran over to drill these holes out, I drilled them with the small, not the smallest hole, but one of the smallest holes, and I just broke it. Vince, yes, I think I am part of the group now, and I probably will cut that koala this week, and I'll scroll it live, and I just have to figure out a way to auction it off because eBay kind of stinks for doing that because you lose out on fees and this, that, the other thing, and but maybe I could do some with Facebook or and auction it off. And the main reason why I'm going to do it this week is because I think I'm running out of birch. I don't know if I have another sheet of it or not. Hello, Vitali. Oh, what size is this? Oh, I wrote it on the, what I say was 10 and 5/8. No, that's the backer. So the, since it's round-ish, the longest part or widest part is 10 1/4 on the cut piece, and then the backer is a 10 and 5/8. And sizes vary depending on if you print to fit in margins, to fit on paper, or it comes as a PDF when you purchase it from Sue Mey's site, and it prints on two pieces of paper, and then she has the dotted lines, and you cut it. But when you print it, I've learned that I kind of like have to write a post-it and keep it on my computer to remember how I print it every time. It's like default is fit to paper. Then another option's fit to margins and something else. Actual size. I think that was the other one. And I forget which one I do. So sizes could vary slightly, but not dramatically. John will kind of, oh, they're kittens. Yeah, I like kittens. Cats, not so much. But kittens, yeah. That's pretty cool, Vince, that you etched it. That's neat. Yeah, when you print yours, Vince, or did it say what size it was? because I do have a program that I can blow it up as big as I want or print it as small as I want, but what's the average that they're doing? Oh, 8x10 frame. Okay. It's a little small for me. I like things big. I was thinking 2 foot tall. It also has to figure out how I'm going to ship it. If I cut the koala, just got to figure out how I'm going to ship it. If I could ship it in one of the, if I make it small, it could fit in one of those prepaid postage or whatever it is, or flat ship rate, whatever. Probably better. And I think the largest one, I think is like 16 inches long. So I'll have to figure that out. I don't know, we'll see. Maybe I'll cut more than one. Cut a small one and a big one. That's funny, Vince. You guys don't have a good post office? Postal service? Come on. Oh, that's right, glass. Yeah, you did glass. Yeah. I said that when I dropped something off. Lady was like, fragile, liquid, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you know, I think it'll be fine, but can you put fragile on it just in case? Because if you don't put fragile on it, probably playing catch with the package. Yeah, you're right. Be right back. I'm just gonna grab a glass of water and a tissue. I'm having a sneezing attack right now. Hold on. That really stinks, Vince. When you ship a piece like that, do you get any type of insurance on it? Because I think they usually give you like $50 free, but I'm always leery. How you? But yeah, I do my best to try not to ship. David, howdy. How's the weather in Atlanta? Or Georgia, I should say. You're not in Atlanta. Oh, yeah, you got the rain down there. Yeah, we're on like we're usually always on the verge or the line between snow and rain, so we're iffy most of the times. The northern part of the state can have snow, the southern part of the state can have rain, and then we can have both. Oh, Vince, you're in New York. Oh, cool. Upstate or city? Oh, yeah, Vince. Maybe it was 100. I forget. Now, if you ever have to use that, how do you prove? You just show them the invoice that. Oh, West Point. Cool. Well, if you ever cross the river, Jersey, let me know. Okay, cool. It's good to know. Oh, wow. Yeah, I go to Wildwood every September for the Firemen's Convention. And when my daughter has a dance competition. Yeah, Wawa. Yep. Yeah, Wawa's blowing up down here. It's like literally I can get to a Wawa in less than 4 minutes. Yeah, they're building another one in the opposite direction of my house, which is still going to be like 4 minutes away. But it's going to be right on the main highway, so. Huh. Hey, what's up, Chippy? How you doing? Shoveling snow? Still at it? No, this is the, I don't know. I finished the butterfly. I finished the cross. I finished the mayor. I finished the barber. And now I'm on a police officer. But I have to do another cross. I got to do a confirmation cross? No. Yes, confirmation cross. Right? Or communion cross. I got to look it up. I forget. Thanks, Karen. Well, the one good thing, Chip, is that I could do this saw. Could be done pretty much whenever because it's not real loud. So Michael's room's right above the shop, so he could still sleep, and I could cut this until 3, 4 in the morning, which I have done, not realizing what time it was. Not have any issues with waking anybody up. I have good work. Oh, thanks, McKenna. Soon she's going to be working on this. Safest tool in the shop. She says, yay. Yep. She could show that she could stay in the lines of coloring. She can start cutting on the line. drink. Hold on. I didn't realize I didn't unmute myself. I'm talking. If anybody has any questions, put them in the comments and try and answer them as soon as I'm in between cuts. Hey Russ, what's happening? How about the Giants getting the OC from Cowboys, huh? Yeah, I've been saying about about the Giants and my Mets. You want me to send you the link to panel, Russ? I'll send it to you if you want. You got nothing to do for a little bit. I'd say I'm 2/3 done with this one. Yeah, it knows your signals. That's right. We'll still find a way to lose. All right.
Hey. I can see you, but I can't hear you.
I'm sorry.
Ah,
I
there
said,
you
how
are.
are you doing this fine afternoon?
I'm dodging raindrops.
Oh, there you go.
We got plenty of them down here today.
Yeah, you have the tail end of the that storm that's going across. We have like I think it started flurrying again. As far as a little bit of snow. This fine afternoon. Oh,
I had to turn my sound down on my phone. There we go. No, it's like 77, 78 degrees.
oh, there you go.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's been
The rain.
the rain. I mean, all week long.
Really?
What's bad is the weather. The temperature has been great to be out there to do something and shop and stuff. But hell, it's been raining the whole week. We ain't been able to get out there and do anything.
Huh.
Aggravating. Because
I
when
hear
it
you.
gets when it finally gets that cold spell it's supposed to be coming, that's when it's going to be sunny.
Yeah.
I need to think about that mini split like you got. I've been thinking about it. I need to think about it more. Get out there in that shop. I've got a 8x20 shop, and I only got a little electric heater out there. I got an air conditioner in the wall, but you know that doesn't cool the whole thing. So
The 8x20 wouldn't be crazy. I got the 24,000 B2, which is like it's rated for 1,000 square feet.
yeah,
My shop here is only 600 square feet. So
well that's all right then.
so yeah, so it
8 by
doesn't. I
20.
mean, it does have high ceilings, but
Yeah,
it'll.
yeah. I had
I
the
just
same.
figure I just want to bang out if when it's too hot, I could just kick it on, or when it's too cold, I could just kick on the heat. And when I'm getting, because you can have it, there's an app for it too, so you can kick it on from getting out of bed.
No kidding.
By the time you get everything going, you get your coffee, you walk out, it's to a decent temperature.
Oh, by the way, I see you struggling with that pilot hole, so I guess I'm gonna take a drink. How many blades have you broke? None.
I broke one. I bent another.
That does it.
Yeah. I never changed the stupid. I was saying it before. I didn't change the tiny bit I have in my drill press because I was doing that Mayer pattern and I needed it real small. So when I cut the last two, I drilled holes for the last two patterns. They're so much smaller than a regular. Like I probably could have went up to like a I don't know, an 1/8 inch maybe.
Really?
Bit. Yeah, I could have probably got an 1/8 inch bit in most of here.
I usually use a 16th myself. If it's smaller than that, then I'm really getting tiny.
I forget what. I'd have to get the calipers on it.
I know that Wes sometimes uses a 32nd. I said, my God.
Well,
You
the thing
really
is
have to have. Well, you really have to have minute. The fretwork must be in there. It must be amazing to have to use a 32nd drill bit.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I have the collet adapter for the drill press, so that I could put the micro bits.
Oh
in there.
yeah, okay, I know what you mean. Yeah,
because I tried chucking it up in my drill.
right.
Well, it won't go in the a regular drill, but I
No.
have my little rigid 12 volt
Mm-hmm.
drill, and but the problem is when I drill, every once in a while you'll do something and it snaps the bit because it's
Yeah.
so
It's so small. Yeah, I hear you. I have
so
tried
that's the
those.
cool thing about the collet.
Well, there's a mini what is it? A mini drill thing that you can put into your regular drill bit, that mini chuck, and it holds them little small
Yeah,
blades.
yeah, that's what I have.
Okay, well, I bought one of those. I can't remember where I got it from, and I put it in, and that thing was absolutely horrible.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I talked to Carl Taylor down in Atlanta, Georgia, and
Uh-huh.
he was selling some. I didn't get mine from him, and evidently I may not have had the best quality, but uh,
Hmm.
he swears by it. And
Did it come with different collets? Because the one I have comes with 3 different collets.
No,
Oh,
this
all
was
right.
just like the chuck on your drill press now, where you put that in there and your drill press and tighten it down, and then you open it, you twist it open, you put your bit in there and then close it. That's all it is. What I
Hmm.
got anyway. And I'll tell you what, I threw that thing in the trash can. I tried it a couple of times, and it didn't go straight down. As it's spinning, you could see it off a little bit, like wobbling,
Oh, I see what you're saying.
and it couldn't get a straight down cut, which is what you're supposed to have with the drill
Yeah,
press.
that's what you need.
A 90. I wasn't getting a 90,
Hmm.
and I said, "Oh, this ain't gonna work. Trash." Oh man. And the problem is they look just the same as the ones that Carl was selling, and he says those are great. And I never did get one from him.
Uh,
But my drill press, I can only go, I think it's 9 inches on the throat. I can't do all the like Charles's patterns. I cannot use a drill press on Charles's for the most part. Can't reach the middle. So
I see what you're saying.
I have to do them by hand. And I've got this, like Charles has, he's got that drill. I've got a drill too with a little bubble on it to give me level, and that drill gets heavy after a while.
Oh
Oh
yeah,
man,
when you're concentrating, it's a pain.
oh yeah,
So this is the
that's different than what I think I had. That's a
see,
little
so
bit different.
I can't grab it now because I tightened it down.
Mm-hmm.
But this collet will come out and there's 3 different sizes.
Oh, you do
So
have different
that's
than I did.
so that's the bit that I had in there.
Wow.
Now it
Uh,
actually there's actually one smaller.
where
Actually, no, there's 2 smaller, I think.
where did you get that at?
I got mine at
Okay.
bearwood.com,
Okay. All
and
right.
it's the collet and the bits. Here's one of them, one of the smallest ones.
Well,
I
now.
don't know if you can see it.
Oh yeah, I can see it. It seems like that
You
would
know,
break trying to get into the wood. You know it?
that's what I was breaking them like crazy when I was drilling with the cordless drill.
Yeah. Oh shoot.
And here, oh, I just lost. No, there it is. I don't know if you can see it.
I
Here's
can
a
see a
small.
pile of them.
No,
Not as
not the pile.
individual.
Hold on. It's so stinking small.
Yeah. Is there one in your hand now? I can't see it.
Yeah.
Dang. But oh yeah, I can. Holy mother of God.
I'm like, what? I guess maybe this is for like the jewelers for the metal cutting.
I can't see it being for anything else, not with wood. If you had to
Because
get that close in wood, you'd never be cutting a pattern.
I'm like, holy cow.
Yeah.
I'm like, I really need my magnifier
Yeah, I was
then.
gonna say I got one on mine too. Pull that magnifier down. I wouldn't see that in real life. Lord have mercy.
I don't care how good your eyes are.
Well, you were holding that out in your hand, and I absolutely could not see it until you picked it up in the air and then stuck it in your hand and held it. Then I could see it. That's how small that game is. Lord have mercy. I wanted to see the pattern you cut with that one.
Yeah, I haven't even attempted that one.
Let me see some live comments. Anybody? Leonard Davis. Hi, Mike. Hi, Russ.
Who?
Leonard
Leonard.
Davis.
Hey, Leonard.
Says
18 degrees and snowing,
yeah,
huh?
that's horrible. I don't envy y'all that. I know.
I don't mind the snow.
Oh, good.
You know, and I don't mind the cold. I don't like the bitter cold.
Well, I'll tell you a couple of things, but as a mailman for 30 some years,
Oh, yeah.
I've seen all kinds of weather, even down here. There were times I think the absolute lowest high temperature we had was like 15 degrees for the high. And I was out working in that, and I tell you what, I couldn't put on enough stuff to keep warm. And I don't envy the northern mailmen at all. But when I was in the Navy, after I got out of boot camp, I went in boot camp in the summertime. And after boot camp, I got sent to Great Lakes up in
Michigan,
Chicago area.
Oh,
Illinois. Yeah, it's 40 miles north of Chicago. And believe me, I spent a year up there for training, and I seen every season that they had. And I'll tell you, you know, being from the southeast Texas area, it doesn't get that cold down here like it did up there. And everybody told me, but it's a dry cold. And
dry cold.
I'm gonna tell you one. I cussed out. I said, "Oh my God!" I said, "There ain't no difference between cold and wet. Cold." I said, "Cold is cold." I ain't never been as cold as I was up there. And I went through blizzards, going from our barracks to the school we had to go to. I walked through blizzards that so much I couldn't even hardly open my eyes to see where I was going. And this ain't for me. It's not for me, man. I hope it gets over quick. Ice on the concrete sidewalks. Ice, you know, at least an inch thick. And guys are skating on that with bare shoes, just shoes. Wow. You know, no skates, just shoes, just trying to go from one class to the next. And me, I'm busting my back, falling on that. I say, oh my God. I said, just let me get to summertime. Summertime came, it was hot as a dickens too. I said, oh man, this is crazy. I couldn't wait to get out to the fleet. Man, I went out to California where hot out there too. But I've been in the cold. I've seen all 4 seasons in Chicago, and I said, I'll never want to go again. You know, my wife, she's from La Crosse, Wisconsin, and her family is still there. So she took me up there one spring break when we still had kids in the house. We went up there, and I told her, never again. That was in March. And I told her, never again, baby. I ain't coming back. It's just too cold. You know, like they do y'all's place. They plow the streets and they pile the snow up on either side. It's just ridiculous. That's not for me. I'm a warm weather kind of guy. I hate the cold. Did you say this was a Sue Mey pattern?
Yes.
I haven't seen that particular one. I don't think I have. I've gotten some of hers. I like her pattern. She's really good.
Yeah. She has just enough detail to make the pattern look good without being crazy
Like without being an overkill.
like somebody else we know.
I'm all for the detail, though. I really am.
Oh yeah, I know.
There's
I
guys that,
curse at him every time I'm cutting one of Charles's patterns. But then
yes,
when it's done, it's like
it's awesome. I know what you mean.
it's great.
Yeah, I get a little tired and a little frustrated cutting his where he's got all the little fine detail like
Yeah, the
chin
hair is
hairs
like,
and stuff like that. That my God, I think I'm ever going to get done with this. But when you finally get done, it's an awesome pattern. I've told him the same too.
oh yeah, I tell him all the time.
Yeah, that's
He's
what he
like, well,
said.
you don't have to cut every line. I'm like, Charles, if you draw the line, I'm cutting the line.
Yeah, well, you pretty much have to, though.
Yeah.
He went through all the trouble to draw it for you. Why not cut it? But there's been many a time that I've had the paper glued to it, and I've already cut the pilot hole, and I get to, and I just don't know if I want to cut this up. But I got a hole there, so I got to cut
There you
it.
go.
Oh Lord.
That's funny.
Yeah,
That's like the other night when he was doing the mountain.
Yeah,
He's like, I'm gonna put these all together. You better not.
I told him the same thing.
Then eventually he was like seeing double. I'm like, yeah, Charles, just. And then once he grouped them together, it still looked good. It looked like it was supposed to be like that, but.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've done a couple of his like that, a couple of places where I thought, well, I can get away with that, and save myself a little bit of extra effort and time. But my God, man, he got some. His has some. Like I said, the Beatles pattern that I got from him. When he sent it to me, it was 4 foot wide by 4 foot tall.
Wow.
And well, that's just how it cut out. The heads were 2 feet apiece, and there were 2 on top of each other. And they were 2 foot tall each. And I said, holy crap, what am I going to do with this? And so I shortened it to 2 foot wide by 2 foot tall. And it was a struggle, believe me. It still was a struggle. And like I said, it was the Beatles, and there were so many cuts in that thing, and they were intricate where you had barely a sliver of wood holding the head to the side of the wood, to keep it on. And I was many a time I held my breath because I was using spiral blades.
Yeah.
For some, well, you had to for that wide. I couldn't do it with a straight blade, and at least I couldn't. And I wasn't too long after I first got started doing scroll sawing. And I held my breath. I said, my God, don't let me get an itch or a mosquito bite me right now, because it ain't going to be good.
No sneeze.
No, nothing, man. If you feel something coming on, you better stop. But it was hairy. It was hairy in a lot of places.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you ever take a look at it, that particular pattern of his, you look at John Lennon's eyeballs and see how hairy that is. It was tough. But I did it, and it's still sitting up in the people's house and at the beach down here, nice. Just out of Galveston. They're a big Beatles fan. Big enough Beatles fans that they named one of their dogs Lennon for John Lennon. Lennon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what the other one's name is. Can't remember, but
probably Yoko.
I can't remember. I don't think it had anything to do with Yoko, but I can't remember that dog name. But it was Lennon and can't remember the other dog's name. But I went up the last time we were there. I went in that room and I looked on the wall, and it's still there, it's still standing. I said, good. That was one of those I gave away.
Yeah, I'm gonna do one for my my father-in-law, the John Wayne one that he has.
He's got more than one John Wayne. Which one?
No, the main one that he always has on the picture. The one on the horse.
Yeah.
Rooster
Cogburn.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Actually, I think that's probably his most, well,
Yeah, it's
John
the
Wayne's
most
most
famous one.
famous one. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll do that one. I think I'm gonna I might do it 36 inches tall, just
Really?
to have some fun with it.
Well, I see spirals in your future.
Oh yeah, that's all I use mainly.
Really?
Yeah, all the detail I do spirals, and then the perimeter I'll do flat blades.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. Some things, most I like to do straights, but if you can't, they got their place. Those spirals are handy, handy.
The thing is when Pegas comes out with the new tabletop, I may try and do some more. See, because on this saw you have less in the
Right.
front of the blade,
Right.
you know, but the new table they're supposed to be giving you more front and then wider all
Oh, no
over.
kidding.
Yeah,
Just
and
a table
it'll
that
use
can
the
be.
same holes. Yeah, you
Oh,
take the screws
oh,
out,
okay.
put the new one down, and so that should be hopefully coming out soon. And then maybe I'll try it, but for the most part, I like to sit up on my scroll saw. So
Yeah.
if I'm sitting close, trying to use flat blades and spitting things, I'm like leaning back in my chair or I'm standing up. So I'm like,
Yeah. Well, that's kind of how my DeWalt is. I sit a little bit away from it, and
oh yeah,
if I'm doing a large pattern like that, and I'm cutting way at the top of the wood of the table instead of closer to me, it's a little struggle to get there. But the table has something to do with it, but the size of my belly in the front got a little something to do with it too. I sit
yeah.
normally a little bit away just because of my belly size. Dang it. How many people you got watching? I don't see but one person talking.
7. I think
Really?
it looks like 7 watching. I don't know. Or now it's up to 10. I don't know where they're at without moving the mouse.
Ah, all I see on here is Facebook. Normally, if I'm on StreamYard, I can see both places.
Oh, I gotcha.
Oh, you're only on Facebook though, right?
Facebook and YouTube.
Oh, okay. Well, so YouTube is not responding. Somebody better start talking. By the way, whenever I told you earlier that StreamYard told me I had no account for that email address, so
Yeah.
I couldn't log on. I tried it right away, and it popped right on up in just like it should. So I don't know
Huh.
what the problem was. I didn't do anything different. Ah, Steve's here.
Oh yeah, Steve's always there.
He pretty much is. Working on websites, Steve.
It's like the Wizard of Oz, always behind the curtain.
Yeah, that's a good analogy too. I didn't think about that. That's a good one.
I have to change this blade in a minute. The top is pretty much.
Oh, wait a minute. Keep it in till you break it. By God, somebody might need to take a drink.
How many blades did he break on
I don't
that
know.
horse?
I left before he got done, so I sent him a picture of the names and the guesses, and I haven't talked to him today yet to find out who won. I know it's finished,
Yeah.
but I haven't found out who won. It was sitting on Herb Hooper had 3 blades broken by the time I left. And
That's pretty good.
well, it went 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So yeah, anywhere's up from the 3 that he did break when I left, and somebody was going to win. I only have 1 and 2, and anything between 11 and 15 that you picked. I was like, if you break that dadgum, man, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah. Well, he's conservative. I just gun it.
Yeah. Yeah, it takes. But he was doing a stack cut of 3, so that's 3/4 of an inch.
Yeah.
And if you go too hard through the barreling of that blade, you're gonna take the break more and stuff. So he was trying to go real slow, and he said, when they're getting dull, I'm taking them out. You can't count that as a broke one. I told him, Charles, everybody here is a scroller, and we know the drill, but they're just hoping you break one before you get it out. So I don't know yet who won. But I told him as soon as he hit that 3rd one with Herb Hooper picking number 3, I said, he's going to be on the edge of his seat, and he'll be here to the bitter end. Make sure you don't break another one. I
don't care if the wood's smoking. I'm not going any faster than this.
He said, Charles, if it gets a little dull, take it out.
Yeah.
After you broke the 3rd.
That's why the longest time I didn't even pay attention to the dullness of the blade, and I would just cut and cut and cut and cut. And one day I was cutting, and then all of a sudden I threw in a new blade because that one had broken, and I go to push the same speed as I was doing, and it was like, boom! I'm like, oh.
You immediately tell how good a new blade is. I had never tried Pegas blades at the time, and I was always on Flying Dutchman, and I had got at the Houston Woodworking Show when they were there. I had gotten a package of Pegas blades. So I brought them home, and I put them in the machine. I went to cut, and I said, man, this is cutting like butter. You know, it didn't stay that way. But after a while, it got dull like everything else. But as soon as you put a new one in, I mean, it just went so smooth. Stuff. So that I had a good experience with that set of blades. I hadn't run across a bad blade yet in the Pegas brand.
Yeah, the thing with Pegas is the spiral blades. They're very sharp and they cut great. The problem is they're very brittle.
Right.
If you get like a little kink.
Yeah.
Like you get a little kink in the Flying Dutchman and the Niqua are the same brand. It's just
right.
It's the same manufacturer. But like in the Niqua, I could bend it and then bend the blade back a little bit and straighten it out and put tension. If I did that with a Pegas blade, as soon as I put this tensioner on, it would snap.
Yeah.
Exactly where it is. But I mean, the blades, and I use them. I use the Niqua a little bit more because some of the detail, I don't want to get any craziness going. And yeah, I have like the 1/16 of an inch crimped on this blade. It's the bottom end of the screw. I really shouldn't even be using it, but yeah, so I try and use the Niqua more than the Pegas, but if I have a thick piece of wood that if I'm doing like letters or something big, I'll use the Pegas ones because it'll just barrel right through for me.
Yeah, I do like them for that respect. I haven't used the Niquas, and like you said, I did know about them being in Flying Dutchman, the same factory and all that. But the Flying Dutchman, like you say, I will pretty much guaranteed to be in the bottom feeder, and I will bend one of them doggone blades, and I will pull that wood up and try to straighten that thing out as good as I can and go with it. And it usually works, and it works for a while. Then it gets a little weak, and it'll bust right there. But Flying Dutchman have been my go-to since I started, until Pegas got into the mix. And I haven't, like I said, I haven't tried the Niqua brand yet. Steve says he was on 4 blades broke last night when he left.
Ooh.
Okay, so that, let's see, 4. That was Daniel Davis. That probably was all he broke, 4. I'm surprised. Yeah, I couldn't hang with him no more after midnight. I said I got a little tired. So I took a picture of it with my phone and sent it to him. I said, "Here you go, man. It's just who they are."
Sounds like it's gonna pop out.
I thought you were trying to play the banjo. You kept hitting it so much.
Yeah. I'm trying it. I probably should just change the stupid blade, but
Steve said he left about 1:30 last night, so he was probably pretty close to done by that time. It should have been.
Hey, he tries to milk it too much, you know? Jeez.
Well, yeah, I can't go. I can't go forever.
Yeah. See, I'm gonna cut the letters first. It's a little tight.
Hey, hold that thing up and let me see it before you put that blade in. Okay, there you go. Oh, that's nice. That's real nice. Yeah, I see it. That's real good. That's a nice pattern there.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen that particular one. Now, at least I don't recall seeing it.
I have almost every one of the Proud to Be ones. Almost.
Oh, I thought you might, because all the ones you've cut so far, I said, man. Mayor, barber.
I have Hunter. I have Dispatcher. I have Firefighter. I have Woodturner. I have Scroll Sawyer.
What?
I think there's 2 other ones. Oh no, then I have a teacher. I have occupational therapist. I have chiropractor. I have
Lord have mercy.
Yeah. Physical therapist. Yeah, physical therapist, occupational therapist. Yeah, there's only a couple that I don't have that I just don't know if I'll ever need. I forget.
You must got a lot of friends, huh?
Yeah.
A lot of occupations. Hey, Matt Haas is in the house. Hello, Matt.
What's up, Mr. Haas?
Yeah, Matt. Let's see. What's today? The 18th. We have 363 more days until the Woodworkers and Makers Cruise. I put that out whether you wanted me to or not.
Us? I'm all right with it. I've never been on a cruise.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what. I went on my first one with me and the wife, and I really didn't care for it. Like I said, I've been in the Navy, and I felt like I've seen as much water as I needed to see. And I went with her, and the first one I didn't like. And the second one, I went with, I believe the second one was myself and my wife and Chris Ahern and his wife. So it's kind of a woodworkers cruise that time.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, we went. We had a good time. It was an 8-day cruise, and it was a fun time. You know, you don't have to do everything everybody else does. You know, we did one thing, one excursion with Chris and his wife, and then we went our own separate ways and did whatever we wanted on the other places. And so it was fun. We had a good time, and I've been trying to get a woodworkers and makers cruise together for about 3 years now. I've been
Oh,
thinking that it'd be an awesome thing to do, kind of like the Atlanta woodworking show without the woodworking show, the after party.
without everybody
Yeah,
else.
yeah, the after party without the vendors.
Yeah, there you go.
And that was my idea, and I finally was able to make it come true for this one. I'm kind of hoping to keep it on at least a yearly or every couple of years, something like that basis, and keep doing them. And so we're gonna see how this one goes. So far, we got several people on there coming on that are
That's cool.
woodworkers and makers. Herb Hooper's here. Howdy, folks. Awesome wood things. Matt says he's on the YouTubes too. Yes, we know. He said, I just got done hanging awesome artwork in my office. All the stuff I made or framed. Outstanding. I tell you, that Matt Hoss must really like you. He's on Facebook and YouTube watching you.
I told Matt I was driving to Pittsburgh last weekend, or Saturday. And I said, I'll honk as I drive by. He's like, yeah, I'll wave. I'm like, okay. I said, you're probably going to be sleeping. So as we passed his area, I texted him. I said, hey, I'm waving and honking, but I don't hear anything. So he was like, yeah, you're right. I was sleeping. I think we left at like 4, 5 in the morning. 4:30, baby. I don't remember. I gotta kind of speed this up a little bit. I got a fire department dinner to go to tonight.
It don't look like you're gonna make it, man.
Oh, I'll make it. I'll just cut this short.
Oh, not gonna drag it out.
No. Yeah, once I get past these letters, it should go quicker.
Yeah. Got to get the small stuff before you get to the big stuff. I kind of do it a little differently than Charles does. He likes to take the big parts off to get the weight down, and all that stuff like that. But I don't cut part,
Yeah.
that big. So I try to knock out from one edge to the other and go in that order instead of skipping around. And
Yeah.
it keeps the wood strong.
Yep.
It doesn't leave you small spaces where you got to cut a big piece out and you already got a thin cut on the other side.
Yeah, I usually like to cut the little pieces, save the biggest ones for last. Makes me feel like I get somewhere faster cutting the big.
I know it makes it look like it's that gum near done. I know the feeling. But to me, the wood, it seems to me like it's not as strong and you more tend to break a spot in my eyes. I could be wrong, but that's just how I see it.
Mm-hmm.
I see you've been doing a whole lot of scroll sawing. I've noticed, and as opposed to other particular jobs in the shop that you used to be doing.
Well, for the longest time, I didn't have electricity in here as far as 220 because I had upgraded to used equipment, some grizzly used equipment, and everything's 220. So I'm like, oh, I need 220. I only had one outlet, so all the way in the back in the refrigerator or the freezer's hooked up to that, and it goes to all my bathrooms. So I'll be using something in here. The kids or somebody will be doing their hair, and it would kick out.
Yeah,
So then I started using extension cords,
yeah,
plugging it into the outlet where the garage doors were plugged into. But, you know,
yeah. I know all about using an extension cord. When I first started woodworking, I didn't have any power in the shop, but I had an outlet on my porch that I put in, but it was only 110. So I would drag an extension cord from that outlet on the porch all the way to the shop, and it worked great for lights and stuff like that. But as soon as I used that miter saw or chop saw,
yep.
it would the lights would go out and then they would come back on slowly. I said,
Yeah.
"Oh, gracious!" And I did that for a long time. Uh, I could work and using the scroll saw and didn't take that much, but I
Yep.
didn't have a problem with the lights dimming on me. But as soon as I went to use that miter saw, I mean, the lights would go completely dark, and then they would slowly come back on. So I'd make my cuts, and then I'd wait for the lights to come back on, and it was ridiculous. And then I got wiring. I used some. I was given some. Let's see, what was it? 8 gauge. I was given some 8 gauge wire, like about 30 feet of it,
Wow.
and it wasn't enough to go from my power pole and behind my house. I had a couple of extra breakers that I could put in there. And so I put two 20 amp breakers in. No, a 20 and a 30, I think. I'm not sure. But I had two of them. So I took that wire and I drug it as far as it would go. And I went to the Big Blue store and bought some more. And I've carried it all the way and I wired the whole shop. And I said, I'll never have that problem again.
Nope.
And it's been great ever since. Trace Keaton says, are you still working at it? And she's still
Yeah.
watching that machine. Awesome wood things. How, Matt Haas, woodworking in the dark? What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing if you stop when the lights go out. Yeah, don't put your hands around the blade.
Just don't make any sudden movement.
No. It was amazing how that, I took that for a long time because I was kind of unsure about running the wiring.
Yeah.
Because I had to go underneath my house and come up to save use of going all the way around it and have to use more wire and all this kind of stuff and dig a trench all the way around the house. I just wasn't about to want to do that and stuff. So I drug it up off the ground under the house. And then when I got to the outside of the house, it was at an angle. It's like a 45-degree angle from the pole to the shop. And so I put conduit in the ground after I got out of the house into the shop. And then came up like that. Kind of not, maybe not by code or anything, but it's in there. Way better. Lights don't dim when I use a chop saw or anything. Well, I always figured it. Well, I'm only going to be using pretty much one tool at a time, and so I let that crap go for a long time.
Yeah.
Till somebody gave me. It was several years. I wasn't. I didn't build that place as a woodworking shop when I first did it. When I first built it, it wasn't for that. I wasn't doing woodworking at the time, and I retrofitted it to be a kind of a woodworker shop, somewhat, and that's what I had to go through to get it there. Tracy Keaton says she got lucky. Her brother went to school to be an electrician. He came out a welder. Now he does both just for fun. Yeah, that'd be great.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I was in high school, we had wood shop, drafting, electrical shop, and metal shop. So I learned how to weld. I learned electrical. Plus, I've been doing electrical, or I was doing electrical with my dad since I was 10 years old. So it's like,
wow.
People are like, "Oh, you're going to change that outlet?" Yeah, it's live. That's okay. I just can't touch the two wires. I mean,
no, you can touch one. Don't touch two.
I don't. When I put the sub panel in, I did shut the panel. I did shut the power off for that.
I would agree with that.
I'm not stupid.
Matt Haas says the video image giggles when the saw is running. Is the camera attached to the tool or is it on the tripod on the floor?
It's touching. Yeah, it's touching the stand. Sorry, I must have tapped it when I. That better?
Oh, I'm fine with it. Yeah,
better.
It's a good image. He also says he took drafting. It was so much fun, all manual.
Yeah, I loved it. And then
drafting, I never cared for it. I took it. We had one semester of that just for the heck of it, and it wasn't called drafting. It was something else. Mechanical drawing. I think it's the same thing. And it was manual, and it wasn't my cup of tea.
Yeah, then when I went to college, community college,
right.
I was going for my drafting certificate. I was working on CAD or AutoCAD. What was it? AutoCAD 11 at the time. I think it was AutoCAD. It was a low number. It might not have been 11. I just threw out the discs the other day, the little floppies.
Yeah.
It was like 15 discs.
Wow. I know that
feeling. The program.
I've done the same thing with some old stuff. When I was in the Navy, I was an electronics technician. I worked on radar systems. And when they broke, I was one to have to go fix them.
Oh, wow.
And I got out of the Navy, and it was 7 years before I went back to school. And so I go to talk to the instructor at the school. He happened to have his doctorate in electrical engineering. And he showed me some things. He asked me some questions. And after 7 years, I looked at what he'd asked, and I said, well, Doc, I said, I used to be able to tell you what that waveform would look like when it come out of that circuit, whether it was going to be a sine wave or if it's going to be a sawtooth or anything. And I said, now the only thing I can tell you is I used to be able to tell you what it would look like. He said, well, you're going to have to start all over at the beginning again. I said, oh, God. So I did. I went through that course, and I got my degree in computer science and computer electronics and robotics. And I was working at the post office, so I couldn't leave because the starting salary for somebody in that field was less than what I was already making, and I couldn't afford to take the drop. So I just I did computer repairs for friends and neighbors and stuff like that, and that was it. I was never going to be doing anything other than that. Tracy Keaton said we took wood shop, electric shop, leather shop, and automotive when she was in school, I guess.
Oh, automotive, yeah.
We even made our own light bulbs, she said.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Matt says T-squares, triangles, and drafting tables. I like it.
I actually still have my drafting box on the shelf.
Yeah, that was not my cup of tea. I never got into that and did not care for it. I was more at that time on the electrical side. I like tinkering with electronics, and drafting wasn't my cup of tea.
Yeah, I remember in woodshop, one of the guys had a. I don't know if I don't think we had a automotive shop. We may have, but I don't remember. I never did it. But one of the guys, he was fixing up his dad gave him a bug.
Mm-hmm.
He actually built a bumper for his bug out of wood.
Oh, was that right?
It was hilarious. They're like,
yeah, the little school that I went to, they didn't have any of those types of classes when I was there. They have it all now, but they didn't have any of that when I was there. They were supposed to start thinking about doing those kinds of things, and I graduated before they even got to it, so missed out on all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, the thing now, not too many schools have it now. Like my son's school has technology, which he has a little bit, very tiny bit of amount of shop. But they do lasers, they do 3D printers.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that'd be where people would want to be anyway, instead of the actual the trade parts.
So if I could convince him, hopefully he'll start playing with the laser.
Yeah, well, that'd be another tool in your shop, huh?
Well, it's but the problem is it's sitting underneath the CNC and not doing nothing. So, well, the CNC's not doing nothing either. It's a table right now.
I know the feeling. I got that 4x4 of the Garage Works, and I use the front half of it. The back half is not got anything on it. I use mostly the front left corner of it because that's all I can get to in my shop. If I ever took that camera out and showed y'all what that shop looks like, y'all would understand. You can't fit two people in that shop, and it's an 8x20.
That's funny.
It's amazing. Can't do it. I have to turn sideways to get in through some of that stuff. There's amount of stuff that's actually in there. But I was going with that somewhere with that, but I lost my complete train of thought on it. And my wife's sitting over here.
You're only using a little bit of the CNC.
Yeah. It was something else I was going through, and I got off track. My wife's over here telling me if I clean the shop up, you get me. She will tell me she'll go out there and organize it. And she could organize it. I have no doubt that she could organize
for sale.
Yeah, for sale. Yeah.
Sorry, Russ. There's only one thing in the shop left.
I'd definitely be able to walk around in it. I bet you. It's funny. I told everybody on Russ's show the other night. I said I'm gonna have to start cleaning that shop up and get stuff out where I can walk around. Man, I had all these old battery powered hand drills from like Harbor Freight and all kinds of other stuff in there that I can't even find the batteries for anymore.
Oh, wow.
Or if I find the batteries, I can't find the charger. And that kind of thing. And so I got me a big box and I walked out and put it in the shop. And I started looking for them saws and drills. And by God, I can't find them. I think I got rid of them already. And stuff. So I got a lot of stuff to throw. I got old crappy tools that I got to throw away. And I really don't want to throw them away because they're still good. But I don't know what to do with them.
See if there's somebody in your area that wants to start using things and give it away.
Not that many people are in my little part are doing much of this, but There's a couple of things that we might be able to give to the boys that might. I don't even know if they'd use them. I really don't. So I don't know what to do with that crap. That's why I haven't got started on the tools and stuff. They're not name brand tools or anything, but they still work, you know.
Hey.
Matt says he's got a framed photo of Elon Musk smoking pot when he was on the Joe Rogan podcast. It's in my office and it's epic. Well, Tracy says, I believe it's the table underneath the scroll saw.
What's the table on the scroll saw?
I don't know. We were talking about something and you said the laser is underneath the CNC.
Oh, yeah.
When she put it there, I can't remember for sure now. She says, "Oh my, Matt," talking about Elon Musk. And sorry, I was bebopping. She said.
All right, looks like four cuts.
Oh, you're almost done, man.
Almost.
Matt says somebody photoshopped the universe in the smoke cloud. I guess that's when Elon Musk was smoking his pot. Kind of weird. John Nave's back in the house. He said he had to step out for a bit to shovel snow. It's been snowing for the past 6.5 hours. And I'm assuming Tracy Keaton's laughing at him because it came in after that. So I don't know. I hate to laugh at him for shoveling snow. Yeah, Matt says, we got snow here in Pennsylvania. If you didn't get any yet in New Jersey, you will soon.
Yeah, we're getting a little dusty, Matt. We're not getting that much. Or by me. North. I don't mind snow. I mind rain and slush. I don't like those two.
Yeah, I tend to agree.
We're not getting snow. We're getting.
It's raining over here pretty good. At least it was just a minute ago. It's been like that for the whole week, so
Yeah, I don't know how people in like Seattle or something do it. We had like quite a few days of rain down here.
Yeah, it rains every day over there, I'll say.
Oh. I'm like, come on.
That's like in Orlando, Florida. It rains almost every day there too.
Oh yeah,
It doesn't
in
stay
the summertime. Nah.
Yeah, it rains
But
every day.
Half the time, it's worse when it stops. Because then the humidity just goes like through the roof.
Yeah, the humidity. The humidity.
Oh yeah. Like, get out of here.
There you go.
The other bad thing when it rains, you gotta clean the dog's paws off because they come in the house all muddy and.
Yeah, I know. I told my dogs this morning. I said, "You ain't going outside. You better go on that bed because I mean it was pouring down rain, and the wife. I don't know how she done it, but she's taught them to go ring a bell on the door when they got to go outside.
That's hilarious.
And so they go over there and ring that bell, and I just look at him. I said, "You hear that rain? You ain't going out in that rain. There's no way." And I looked in the back. I said, "Nope, you ain't going out there. It's like 3 or 4 inches deep." I said, "Nope." So I go look at the front door. I look outside there. I said, "No, you ain't going out there either." So I said, "You better go on that pad, baby, because you ain't going outside." When they get out there, my little matter of fact, he's scared of the rain. He loves tromping through water on the ground. He'll dive right in it. He loves it, but he don't like it falling on him like rain. It scares him. It's crazy. I said, "It's the same water you're stepping in." He just don't like it. He's scratching my leg trying to get me to pick him up because it's raining.
That's funny.
And yeah, it's crazy. But thunder and lightning and rain is hard on the poor boy. He just can't take it. And but he'll swim through water out there to go outside and play. Crazy dog. Yeah, we got 2 little Shih Tzus, and the older one, she doesn't care about any of it. Doesn't bother her. But he's the only thing he's scared of is rain and thunder.
I know. I think it's only when he's in the house.
Tracy was saying, move south of Atlanta and you won't get snow either.
Yeah. Atlanta really doesn't get snow. They get like a little dusting and the whole state falls apart.
I know one time I was working on the job and it snowed down here in southeast Texas, believe it or not. And there was enough snow on our work trucks outside when we go to load up our mail and stuff. We just started having snowball fights. And I pulled off the windshield and where the rear window mirror is, and I grabbed me a big old snowball. I packed it down tight, and I turned around and I threw it at this guy. His back was to me when I threw it, and he turned around and I caught him right in the eyeball, right in the head. And I said, "Oh my God!" I said, "Let me go look at it." And it was a hard ball of ice when I threw it through because I packed it pretty good. I was kind of surprised it stayed together as far away from him as I was. But I blacked his eye. I didn't cut it, but I blacked it and it swelled up on him. I said, "Man, I'm sorry. I was just trying to get you in the back and you turned." And it was just amazing. He turned right around. They see it catch him right in the head. And not too long after that, a few years later, we had another one down here, and believe it or not, he got me back. And he didn't forget it either. He put 3 snowballs in the seat of my truck. And of course, I saw him before I sat down. And then him and another couple of them start throwing snowballs at me to get me back for getting him that time. But I got him good. I did. And I have no intention of doing it the way it turned out. But those are few and far between, but you'd be surprised how many people, well, maybe you won't be, absolutely cannot drive on icy roads or snowy roads down here.
They can't drive snowy roads up here.
Oh, it's terrible. It's terrible. Y'all have more of a chance, though. Y'all are used to it. Should be. And snow chain, snow tire, all this kind of stuff that y'all have access to that we don't really have access to. And I've seen lots of people driving off into the ditch because they just couldn't stay on the road. You're going too fast.
Yep.
And they're not prepared for it down here at all.
Yeah, it's not the problem with starting. It's the problem with stopping.
Therein lies the rub. Yes, indeed.
That's the thing. I have 4x4. Yeah, that 4x4 helps just go. It doesn't make you stop.
Yeah, I hear that. Matt said he's got to go shovel snow. Stay awesome, everybody. And Tracy tells him she feels sorry for him, but he said, "Thanks, I think I'll manage." John Dave is here, and he said he'll have to go shovel again in about an hour. Well, I'm glad we live down here. I have to worry about hurricanes, but I don't have to worry about much else. Tracy's telling us they don't even sell salt here or snow shovels.
Not here.
in the Atlanta area. I think that's where she's from. And
Funny thing is, you can use
they don't
kitty
sell 'em
litter.
here. They don't sell them here either.
If you use kitty litter, it's cheaper.
Kitty litter, huh?
It does the same thing. Yeah, it does the same
Yeah,
thing.
I would say it would. Yeah, now that you think about it. But they will salt the roads when they get a little too cold down here.
Yeah.
When they get a little icy over, the bridges are ice over. They'll put ice on the bridges. I mean, salt on the bridges to kind of keep that down. But other than that, no, they don't do anything. Oh, there's a big piece.
Yeah, only
That's the
one
last
more
piece?
left.
Oh,
No,
more.
one more. The center one is the last.
Ah,
What time is it? Is that really 5:44? Uh-oh. I might
that's
not
what
be
it
able
is.
to finish this.
Cut
It's
it off,
gonna be
man.
tight.
Cut it off. Save that last piece to have something to look forward to.
We'll just have
Tracy
to
was
cut
saying,
faster.
yeah. Tracy was saying, I spent 36 years of my life in Cleveland, Ohio. I deserve a break shoveling snow. Plus, my back can't handle it anymore. I don't blame you.
Yeah, Cleveland, you get that
Yeah.
right off the lakes.
Oh, yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. I went to when I was in Chicago going to school. We were on the weekend. It was hot too. It was in the summertime, and a couple of buddies and we went to Lake Michigan, I believe it was. I believe it was Lake Michigan, and just to go to the beach, so say. And you walk across that sand barefoot. It was so hot you couldn't hardly walk across it, and it hurt your foot barefoot to walk across it. It was burning. That was so hot. You lay your blanket down. I said the first thing I did was run to the water, and I got in that water about knee deep, and I had to come out. I said, "This is too cold." It was so hot to get to it, but that water was so, I mean, cold. I said, that water don't get that cold down where I'm from. And there was girls out there diving in bikinis, all diving, all plumb wet. And I said, I don't know how you do it. It's too cold. And I said, oh God, let me get out of this crap. I hot footed it back to the blanket. Sat there on I said, I ain't doing that again. It's too cold. Yeah. It was amazing to go from one extreme to the other. And the water didn't ever warm up. So, I couldn't do it. My teeth were chattering at knee deep. I said, that's enough for me.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, we've led a sheltered life down here. The water's always good temperature. Of course, it ain't pretty water. It's not like Florida water. So we're west of the Mississippi, so we get the crap. The water's brown. On the other side, it's white sand and pretty much and blue water. On our side, it's muddy brown water and brown sand. That's all crap. We're out on the Gulf of Mexico. We didn't get the pretty side. Man, that water freezes 1/4 of it anyway over the winter. Yeah, I don't know. It was cold. And it was summer. It was too cold for me. Yeah, Tracy, that's muddy waters that we get, but we don't get clay, but we get the muddy waters. I wish it was pretty on this side of the Mississippi as it is on the other side. Well, now, folks. Bye, Joy. I think he's done.
I got to cut the border real quick.
Mm-hmm.
That I can do quick. If I could get that blade. All right, here we go. I don't know why I'm cutting it that way. I
I
usually
was
don't
going
go
to
that
say,
way.
you cut opposite of me because I go the other direction. That's the way I do it.
Yeah.
Some people go the other way, but I like it better that way.
Yeah. Majority of the time I go this way. Sometimes I go the other way if I have to.
Yeah, I can go both ways, but I'm more comfortable with that way. Scroll sawing is not rocket science, so it's not that hard to do once you get going. Learn a few things and you're good to go.
Yeah. All you need is blades and scrap piece of wood.
That's it.
And start with Steve Good patterns.
Yeah, I've done a lot of his.
He's an awesome guy.
He is. I don't know if you heard me on Charles' show one night. I was telling him that I hadn't actually met Steve. I got his patterns a lot and been on hangouts with him, but never actually met him until I met him in Atlanta. He came down for the as a guest of the Gwinnett Woodworkers at the woodworking show, and I was walking up to where he was, and I was out of his eyesight at the time, and I said, "I believe I owe you some money." He looked at me. He says, "I don't believe you do, but." And he said, "Why do you think that?" I said, "Because I've got a whole lot of your patterns, and I haven't donated one time." And I said, "I've been meaning to. I just haven't done it." And he said, "Well, it's not necessary." And I said, "You can at least let me buy you lunch." And we all went to lunch together. And he still wouldn't let me get the tab, And I said, but he's after I talked to him, I said, he looked at my face and he said, "I think I know you." And he said, "Well," I said, "Where from?" Because I knew who he was and I knew where he knew me from. And he said, "I know you, but I can't quite." And I said, "Yeah, we've been on a lot of hangouts together on the Rush show." He said, "Oh, that's where it was." I said, "I'm on that little show." And that's where he knew me from. But he never would let me buy him lunch. We all had that over there at that Jock Place, that restaurant that was in Atlanta, and right in the same one where the event was being held.
Show was. Yep.
Yeah, and it wasn't very good service. I mean, it was horrible. But we didn't go back there.
Yeah,
But
that one year we
anyhow,
were down there, like they barely had any service. It's like, you know, there's
I
a
think
show
that's
going on.
right. That's exactly what the
Why
problem
would you
was.
not schedule?
Exactly.
You know,
You might be
and
doing
we all
about
went
the
in
same
there.
time.
We were all going to eat there, and then we got up and left and went to. Did we go to Dave & Buster's? I don't remember where we went.
One evening we went to the first evening I was there. We went to Buffalo Wild Wings, and we all
Maybe
got
that's what
there.
it was.
There was a bunch of people in there, and let's see, there were 7 of us in the beginning waiting to get in. They wouldn't seat you until you had at least half your party, and we were expecting 50, 60 people, and there was only 7 of us, so they wouldn't let us sit down. And so I talked about it. I thought about it. I said, I talked to Russ and I said, go up there and tell them we're only expecting about 14. There's 7 of us here. We got half. And so they let us in that big room where everybody in it. I said, yep, now there are going to be others coming. We ended up taking up almost that whole room. I think you were there. We ended up taking that
that
whole
one time
room.
in the back. Yep.
Yeah. And then the last time we were there, they went to Dave & Buster's.
Before I take this out, I want to make sure I've got everything.
Well, folks, there you are.
It is complete. Let's see what it looks like after I pull the paper.
It looks just like it did with the paper, huh? Oh. That is a good job. Did a good job on it.
Thank you. It only took 3.5 hours.
That's not bad.
Yeah. Taking my time. Not realizing what time it's.
Yeah, you had a hustle, huh?
Yeah.
Almost 5 o'clock here. So it's almost 6 o'clock there.
Yeah. Jump in the shower, put the suit on, head over. It's close. It's not far.
Yeah. All right, show it to your adoring audience.
All right, let's get the backer.
Well, there you are, folks. Look at there. Looks good.
Yeah, I think it looks pretty good.
Yep. You gonna paint that backer black?
Probably.
Yeah.
I may paint the backer black and then the top blue. I don't know. I gotta.
That's a good idea. I thought the backer might be blue too. I didn't know. I was going either way with it. I thought of blue. All right, sir.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, everybody, for sticking around, and have a good evening or afternoon.
We'll see y'all later.
Have a good one.